Hello everyone, welcome again to another series of video from Electronics Eternity. This time we'll be looking at custom Bootstrap radio button, right? So when it comes to Bootstrap, there are many readily available Bootstrap radio button templates that you can use. However, this one would be a customized one. Customized version of this basically helps you to accentuate the looks of it. For example, you would have a bigger buttons over here, right? And depending on your needs, you could adjust this to uh, to any modifications that you need, right? So I haven't found like many content on this online, so since I've come up with this, I thought I'd do a video on this, right? So without further delaying, let's jump into the code. So on the right hand side you could see the code, and on the left you could see the final look of the radio buttons, right? So it's at the top here we could see that it's just the usual HTML processing. We also have the Bootstrap formats over here, right? And we have the style buttons over here. So the style will cover all the CSS parts, which changes the look of these radio buttons. So we will come to this part later, right? And the style is basically is inside the head. It's inside the header of the HTML, right? Next we have the body. Inside the body we have our code here. Welcome to Electronics Eternity. I also have a custom CSS for that, which is already placed over here, right? And next is it's the script from Bootstrap. As usual, nothing different with that. All this format is readily available in the Bootstrap website. You can just take it and use it, right? So now let's go to the part which covers mostly on the radio button part, which is the form, right? So the form here is usually form check, right? We have margin top, margin bottom, and margin X. So this basically helps with the positioning of this radio button. You can adjust these values, and it would move around accordingly, right? So I have like played around with these values, and for the first and second radio button you might see different values, and that gives me the best alignment and positioning that I need for my radio buttons, right? So next is just the names and the values. We just need to declare that, and the label would be on and off. You can have different labels as you wish, right? Next, finally, is the submit button, right? The submit button is basically a primary button, which is why you can see the blue background with the white font over here, right? So this is pretty much standard when it comes to having a Bootstrap radio buttons, right? However, the difference can be noticed in the CSS styling. We have two formatting for radio button. One is when it's not being checked, and another one is being checked, right? So the width and height basically like dictates this the size of the radio button. For example, if I change this to 10 and I save it, I refresh it, you can see the width becomes enlarged, right? So you can play around with this value according to what you need, and you'll get the outcome, right? And bottom and right, so this is basically, let's try changing this position is relative. That should be standard because it will be relative to the page. Bottom is, let's try changing this value, put something to 25, and you can see the value moves around, right? So again, it helps with the positioning, and you can always play around with these values. And the right is basically where it should be placed. It would say probably 7 pixels from the right, I suppose. So let me try put 15 and see what's the difference. So you can see it moved just a bit, right? So you can always change these values and see how it, how it moves around, and you can change it. So now background color. So this is when the radio button is not checked. So the background color is red. So now if I were to change this to something else, like just say I want this color, right? I just have to change the color over here, and then you can see the color changes, right? So you can play around with this value. The exact same applies over here. And let me just demonstrate the border color. Let me just change it to black. Let's see if we could note the difference. I save it and then I refresh, so you can see I have a black border over here. So that's how we play around with the values uh, to change the look of our radio button and also accentuate the size. Next is, this is for the header, and I have like explained this in the video. As you can see, the color is over here matching the color that we have. This is the font color, margin, like what's the margin from the top, and also the padding, right? This is just using what I have explained in my Bootstrap videos before, so nothing new with this, right? And with that, we have come to the end of the video. Hopefully I have demonstrated that how you can play around with the CSS styling to accentuate the looks of your radio button. I hope you find this useful. Until then, we meet again. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.